for Easter?
Easter? I was planning on buying a new phone for myself. This Easter it have to be luxurious, since I would prefer going to the village, and I would like to go where someone is seeing me holding like a good phone. You have to take pictures with your family. You have to slake around in the village.
But I see you have a phone. Is this a phone really?
No. Yeah, it is a phone. But sometimes you need to be having something that is nice. I've been holding this phone for 3 years. I think it's time I can get myself a new one.
So now, approximately, you want a phone for how much?
The phone I would want, it should range from 900 up 3.5 M.
But Ivan tells us there are phones of 500.
Yes,
Ivan,
that is very
true?
right. That is very right. You can have a phone of 500 or even 600 and it will still do every task that you need.
But I think
And yet having even enough storage that you need.
Yeah, a phone of 500 would be good. Different phones have different features. For example, my phone here, I can use this one as an example.
Okay.
I tried downloading a particular app. It's called CapCut template. That app is for editing, in case you want to make some lyrical videos and you want to post them somewhere. And these days we are into content creation most of the times, and even podcasting. So you find, like this phone that does not do that function, you find a phone of, let's say, 1.5 or 2.5 or even 3.5 and above. It does not, it performs all the functions that you want them. And by the way, for example, let me say an iPhone of 7 million actually can even use it to take pictures on wedding functions. You find you don't need to pay 20 M to a photographer.
But for me, I thought as long as the phone has all the functions, then I'm good to go. I can save that money for something else.
No, let's remember, if you've been saving your money and you're like, let me buy a phone of 7 M, you're buying it for a lifetime. But then, much as we also consider how much we are earning from our workplaces, that 7 M that you use it to buy phone, as long as you are working and as long as you have your daily investment, that money is going to come back. And by the end of the day, you find they always say cheap things are always expensive. That 7 M that you use it to buy this iPhone, you're going to earn it from what you do.
Aren't you taking us to a situation whereby, especially the youth, for you are a working class already, but especially the youth, the students, especially campusers, are going to concentrate so much. They're like, I want a phone of 7 million. And at the end of the day, we are seeing these girls being used, especially girls. Even boys now, even boys are now also being used into prostitution to earn money. So they get that expensive phone, whereas a small mapesha would have served the purpose.
Well, let me give you a scenario, especially these days. Let me use boys most of the times because they're the ones into hustling. Have you ever visited a boy, a campuser? You go into his room, the guy is having this 72 inch screen. He's having sofas 1.5 hoofers, even the sofas. He's having a bed. He's going to tell you, I bought it at 600. You don't know even where the money is coming
Someone
from.
was asking that what is home theater, so he also wants to know what is home theater.
Very good. Now you find he's having a home theater and he's having a fridge of 1.5, which even his parents they don't have at home. It's not because that he does not love the parents, but because he feels these things are necessary. Maybe for the future.
So what you are saying, what you should, is that these fancy things, in one way they are good. They improve one's mental health. You feel you have achieved it. You feel actually it increases one's self-esteem if acquired in a good way.
Yeah.
Then, however, what happens?
For example, you might find this guy that you serve in this home theater. Maybe let me use an example. Either he's chewing fees.
He's what?
He's chewing fees. But
Yes.
as he's chewing fees from the other side, he knows that in a good way, if I'm able to use my phone, maybe or you know these guys who here in town, you be there, you're calling for painting, he comes and he asks for 500k. I'm going to top up on my tuition. Some guys are even lucky. They're even going to betting to go these extreme things. But for them, they feel that I have achieved. Or even ladies, you feel you want these fancy things, not because you want them as an individual, but because time is going to come when you're moving out of your father's house. Your parents, they
So
don't
it is
have a
one
children.
way of preparing for the future,
Yeah,
but
one
at
of
times it
preparing
is
for
done
the
in a
future.
wrong way.
No, it is not right done in the wrong.
No, but it
Wow.
tempts someone.
Yeah, I see.
Because when you are young,
Yeah.
you are young.
You're young.
Yes? So some things may not come on a silver platter. You must sacrifice. That comes into sacrificing yourself to achieve in order to achieve that.
That's the sacrifice I'm talking
By the
about.
way, let me
Now.
get to Ivan.
Mm.
How do boys attain those fancy things? From your experience as somebody who has just left school.
When you say how do they attain those fancy things, there are, of course, two methods. When they are still studying, unconventional ways.
Yes.
Or
What are
illegal
those
ways.
unconventional ways?
The same way she has said, showing fees,
Yes.
or maybe
Or you think someone is
betting that even isn't allowed.
And betting isn't
Or even
allowed,
maybe
but
going
some
to
guys are
sugar
lucky.
mummies, the same way you said boys are being used.
And even some have resorted to being DJs in these bars. You see.
But okay, yes. Now, okay, yes, I'm coming there. That is for the students. Now, for those who are saying the DJs, those are the ones who are getting money in the right channel. They are now
Even-
working class.
Even
Now, it doesn't
students
matter.
have become DJs.
Yes, but it is a hard lifestyle for you to work and study.
Most of the guys have done it.
And
A
remember,
few of those guys are the ones who have done
and remember
it.
where we started from. You in your case, you want to buy a phone. And when you are working, but I believe you have other needs. So we are saying, now at your level, instead of buying a 7 million iPhone, why wouldn't you buy a piece of land as a young lady
That one is
so that you can back on it in the future and you stop being dependent on a man?
actually that one, it could be seen as a personal sacrifice, you know. You sacrifice yourself.
Which many young
You
people
find
don't
even-
want to
No,
undertake.
no, you find it's either I've been saving. Friend, like
But
now
now
I
you
have
save for a cow or
No.
a goat,
the
not a
purpose.
phone.
My purpose was to save for a phone. At least I sacrificed myself for,
You don't want
for
land.
that fancy land.
You don't want land.
No, after buying the phone, then later I'll begin saving for
With
that.
this our economy.
Yes.
But wait, there are we talking about Denise student or Denise working class?
Then it's a working class.
Of course there it is okay.
For you,
Without
it would be
Denise
okay.
student.
But then, for me, I'm on this point.
Much as you might find even I'm earning 500k right now.
Yes.
That's 500k, assuming that is my salary, and I want a 7M phone. Assuming I've spent how many years that can make it to 7M? Maybe
Something like 3-4.
something like 3 to 4 years. So now, what stops, if I'm working, what stops me from buying that 7M? And then if I begin working again, if I begin saving again, if I use that personal savings, what is going to stop me from buying land?
So for me
That
now,
is if
I'm
I'm
seeing.
serious.
For me, I'm seeing self-satisfaction or self-gratification
And
versus
self-sacrifice, by the way.
self-sacrifice.
That is sacrificing yourself. Because maybe
But,
you would have used that money if you're not buying land. You could have given it to your parents as a token. Yes. As a talking
yes.
of saying, maybe thank you for caring for taking me to school. Thank you, for
The
whatever.
different
for me-
definitions that you give it,
But for
it
me,
reflects